Hi, my name is Qureshi and today I'm only going to say one word, Ayya. What does that mean? I'm going to ask one of my favorite actresses, one of the finest actresses of all time, Rani Mukerji, my friend. Welcome.
Hi, Omar.
Yeah, do we say Ayya?
Yes, Ayya.
Your dream partner will be Gora or Kala?
Ayya, Isha, Agabai. He'll be Dilwala.
I smell good. How difficult was it dealing with the language?
It was very difficult. There is a tutor who teaches her how to speak Tamil. And he tells her that, Didi, आप रात को 12 बजे midnight मसाला देखिए TV पर तो आपको तमिल सीखने को होगा and all that.
You want to say a sentence in Tamil for us?
नी रुम्बा अलग है
Means?
छान
Okay, you had first broken the news that you're doing a very unique movie called Ayya in my interview.
Absolutely.
And you had said, wait and watch.
Right.
So now the time has come to watch. What does it mean?
Ayya is basically a kind of an expression that a lot of Marathi women and Marathi girls use while they're saying a particular sentence. So they say the word Ayya or Isha or Agabai and they use it and they complete the sentence. So if they see something very beautiful, they say Ayya, this thing is so beautiful. And if they're shocked, they'll say Agabai, ye aisa kyun hai? So this is the way they speak. This expression is used by Meenakshi Deshpande. She being a Marathi girl from Pune, she uses this expression many a times in the film. And Sachin picked this word up and put it in the title of the film.
Rani Mukerji, one of the finest actresses, one of the leading actresses that we've had, is very choosy about the movies she does. Okay? And when you're doing a movie like this, there has to be something more to it and something unique to it. And which is why expectations are slightly different. What is she doing now, you know?
Okay. With Ayya particularly, since we're talking about Ayya, I think this movie apparently what I'm gauging of what people are basically coming to see it for is basically the songs and dances because that's what has been projected in a way. But that is Meenakshi's fantasy, larger than life dream that she dreams about all the time. And in her dreams, she wants everything larger than life. Even she herself is larger than life. Like, you know, sometimes she's becoming Sri Devi, sometimes she's becoming Madhuri, sometimes she's becoming Juhi, sometimes she's becoming like a belly dancer, sometimes she's dancing to the southern tadka, sometimes she's doing a lavani. So it's basically depicting a girl's fantasy world.
Wild fantasies from the songs.
Absolutely. She does have wild fantasies and that's what my director Sachin wanted to express. The woman actually is always the object of desire. But in this film he wanted to change that. He wanted, why can't a man be the object of desire? And why can't a simple girl have these kind of fantasies? Why does she always have to be apologetic about thinking in a certain way? And men have the right to actually think about, you know, women in any other way. Like in every other way in that sense. So in this film, storyline is a girl falls in love with a man because of the smell. In that premise, there's a beautiful story woven around it. And there's this character of Meenakshi Deshpande, who's a middle-class Marathi girl from Pune, who lives in a society under the pressures and under the reasons that, you know, that girls are not able to choose. Whether it is choose her life partner or choose her way of living. She's always been told that, you know, you need to lead a life where you have a 9-to-5 job or you need to do this and then you need to get married at a certain age and blah, blah, blah. And Sachin has grown up in Pune. He's a Pune guy and he's a Marathi guy who has grown up in those circumstances and seen a lot of his cousins go through that, like the girls, his, you know, his sisters. And he said that I wanted to make this film to actually be the voice of every girl. And I wanted to say that every girl has the right to dream. Every girl has the right to choose her life partner. Every girl has the right to live the life that she wants to live. Like marriage is not the end all and be all of human beings, you know. There is a kind of life that every girl today, like a modern Indian girl from any strata, especially the middle class, wants to work, wants to be independent and wants to live her life the way she wants to. So these are the particular layers that are there in Ayya, very subtly. But at the same time, it's said in a very beautiful romantic story because romance is basically the key.
Romance,
That how
yeah.
she falls in love with this Tamil guy because of his smell. The mystique around this man. And she goes beyond that, you know, when you can actually smell the personality or the mystique and the smell that comes from there.
Which is true.
And what that smell is. I think that is what the film is all about.
Okay. Also breaking, I think, the color barrier, because this girl out there saying, I want a guy who's dark.
Yeah.
You know, that's a fantasy also. Opposed to the fairs, that's also breaking like a stereotype, right?
Yeah, actually in our film, like we've always read in storybooks or novels, that the quintessential good-looking man is always described in novels as tall, dark and handsome. I've rarely come across a storybook that describes a man as fair, tall and handsome.
I thought the dark refers to the hair.
No.
Yeah.
Tall, dark and handsome does not refer to the hair. That's what I've never imagined when I read the storybooks.
It was
I think
like
it was
the bronze
always
skin.
I think it was always described as his color of his skin.
Okay.
That was always mentioned in novels because they kind of explain it. And in this case, Meenakshi says it because the person concerned, Surya, has already entered her life. And that's what she talks about her preference.
About tall, dark and handsome.
Yeah.
What guy do you prefer?
I prefer a guy who's absolutely, completely a beautiful person in the heart. क्योंकि गोरा हो या काला दिल वाला होना चाहिए. That is what is important.
Guy with heart.
Yeah.
No dark in heart.
No. He has to be absolutely clean.
How close are you to Meenakshi's character?
Very, very close. I think every girl today in India, when she watches Ayya, she will kind of relate to the basic quality that Meenakshi has. Meenakshi is a very brave girl. And in all the deceptiveness of the Vakra nature of hers and the cute nature of hers and the mischievous Meenakshi, I think there's a brave girl within who is not scared to follow her heart instinct, you know. And that is what you'll see in the film.
So you would tell all the girls out there, you love a guy, go and get him.
Yes.
Right?
And
don't sit at home and wait for your mother to pick for your that's what
absolutely.
you say.
And also the fact that today, every girl today wants to be independent. She wants to work. I think that's a beautiful thing or a message because every girl wants to be independent. Every girl wants to be an individual. She doesn't want to lose her individuality that early in her life. And I think that's you know, brilliant. Nee romba alaga irukra.
Means?
Chandiste.
I read somewhere that initially you were not convinced about the script of Ayya, and then you were convinced by your friend Aditya Chopra.
No, I think these are all rumors. No, not at all.
Not at all.
This film story came to me from Anurag Kashyap. When it was during, I had just finished my last schedule of Jessica, and Anurag called me and said, you know, I'm coming to you with this script which is really unique. It's about a love story about a girl who falls in love with a man because of his smell. And I was like, wow, this is really different.
Anurag has some fantasies.
So I said, okay. So I said, who is going to be directing it? So he said that he's producing it. And there's a director called Sachin Kundalkar from Pune, who has done 3 Marathi films. And this would be his debut in Bollywood. And I said, great. Can I see some of his work? And he said, no, I'll show you his short film. And you decide whether you want to work with him after that. And I saw the short film and I was completely bowled over by it because I loved the new style of filmmaking or the kind of language he brought in.
What is this word Vakra you keep using? What does it mean?
Vakra is teda in the actual sense of the word, like teda. And in my understanding, it's completely whacked out.
Twisted.
Like something which is completely whacked out is what Vakra is. And that is what our film is. Go Vakra. So I think from that, Anurag said that only if you like it, if you like this storyline, we will make a 2-hour film on it. So the process on making the script, Sachin took about a year to convince me in the sense that he was working on the script and he kept going back and forth because I believed right from the beginning that this movie could have a wider range of audience in the sense that the spectrum of audiences could be widespread because it's a very unique love story and it's very entertaining and it was important to make the film in a certain way. So it took about a year, but no, Anurag and Sachin had to convince me by getting me a good script.
Yeah, you had to make them run around a little bit.
Not
yeah,
run
especially.
around. They just had to work hard on the script.
But you're the quintessential Bengali beauty, and then you have always played this wonderful Punjabi character in most of your movies.
Right.
And here you're playing a Marathi mulgi.
Right.
How difficult was it dealing with the language?
It was very difficult
Yeah.
because I had to completely become Meenakshi Deshpande.
Yeah.
Though whenever people see my work, they react to it as it
Yeah.
was so effortless. But there has been a lot of effort that has gone in making it look so effortless. Because firstly, I had to look like Meenakshi Deshpande. So for that, I had to imbibe a new body language. I had to also speak in a certain way.
Okay.
Also the lines, like the
Yeah.
dialogues that I speak in the film, the words that come out of
Yeah.
Meenakshi's mouth, they have to sound like Meenakshi Deshpande talking.
Okay.
So I had to go through the entire script, which was about 120 pages.
Oh my God. Oh.
And each word, each line, I had to speak as Meenakshi Deshpande and what accent would Meenakshi Deshpande speak in. Because Sachin, my director, is from Pune. And he's a Maharashtrian and he has a certain accent while he talks Hindi and, English.
Yeah.
And that is what I wanted for Meenakshi's
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
So for that, I had to process the script and I had to read it and I had to go through each and every word to sound like Meenakshi.
Also, Dream Mom, Wake Up Mom. That's become a rage on the internet. Everyone's watching it all over the place.
Right.
When did you get a shock when he presented the concept of that to you? It's become like a craze.
Yes, and I'm so happy because right from the beginning, I think the kind of script it was, we wanted to celebrate song and dances, like how Hindi cinema has always stood by songs and dances. And nowadays you have increasing cinema which has music in the background. In this film, we wanted to celebrate the songs and have
Right out
lip sync
there.
songs. Yeah,
Yeah,
Just
and lyrics
enjoy.
like Thaisam, Thandaram,
Yes,
and
Size Matteram.
yeah, Lingam,
so
Lingam. I mean, quite deadly.
Kamasutram and Dharti
Yeah.
Putaram and stuff
Yeah,
like
deadly
that.
stuff. Deadly
Yeah.
stuff. Something
So I
not done
think,
before.
I think it was very important that because Meenakshi falls in love with a Tamil guy in the film, there is a tutor who teaches her how to speak Tamil.
Okay.
And he tells her that, Didi, आप रात को 12 बजे midnight मसाला देखिए टीवी पर तो आपको तमिल सीखने को होगा
Okay.
and all that. So that's what she goes at 12 and she switches on Midnight
Midnight
Masala.
Masala.
And there's this 80s Tamil song which is playing
Yeah.
on Midnight Masala and she
Okay.
completely gets inspired by that. And
Okay.
because Meenakshi is very used to going into dreams, she instantly goes into the dream and starts
Fantasizing.
fantasizing herself in that avatar with
Okay.
the guy who she's in love with in that avatar. And then there goes the song. And because obviously Meenakshi does not know the language, there had to be a Tamil song. But because we needed to have a very universal approach towards it. Now, what would Meenakshi sing in her dreams, though she doesn't know the language? So she puts an after every Hindi and English word.
Okay.
So dream becomes dreamum,
Okay.
and wake up becomes wakeupum.
Okay.
And size becomes sizeum,
Okay.
and matter becomes matterum.
Okay.
So she just keeps putting an after every word and makes it sound Tamil. So that is what Meenakshi's fantasy is all about.
You want to say a sentence in Tamil for us?
I can say, "Ni romba alaga irukra."
Means?
It's very, very good or very, very beautiful.
Okay, and the same thing in Marathi would be?
Chan diste.
You've done 3 numbers in the movie which are all very different style. Belly dancing, Lavani style,
Yeah.
and there's a third style also. How did you change your character for each one of them?
See, it is very difficult because when you are doing 3 different dance forms, you have to project the dance form, and if you have to project a dance form in the true sense,
And you've been a
you
fabulous
have
dancer,
to imbibe the style. Because every dance has a particular style. Like Lavani has a attitude with which you have to dance,
Okay.
and you have to imbibe the Lavani style. Because the steps would be the same, but
Okay.
it's the style that you have to imbibe, which makes Lavani
Yeah.
very different from another folk dance.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that style is very important.
You're
So
talking
you have
to Mr. Two Left Feet.
No, I think dancers who are listening to this interview will
I like
probably
watching.
understand. Yeah. Belly dancing, of course, is a very, very different dance form.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult dance form, as now I can speak that because I've done it. Belly dancing is about just moving your belly,
Yeah.
which is your stomach muscles, and the rest of your body is static.
Oh my
Only your stomach muscles, which are the front of your stomach, moves. And that's very difficult because there's a lot of concentration required. You have to dance from your core, and the core muscles are used. And it's really, really difficult.
So you
but
don't need
there's
to have a belly for it actually, right?
So you need to know the technique of belly dancing, and that is what is the great fact about belly dancing. It's a dance form, but it is a dance form that you need technique for. And that is what I enjoyed most about belly dancing. I always wanted to learn belly dancing. And being a dancer, being a classical dancer, I never understood how does one belly dance? Because it's just the belly that moves. And I'm like, how does one do it? And before I started dancing for it, I trained for about 2.5 months. And I'm really happy with all the reactions, with people going completely euphoric with the belly dancing.
But you are looking absolutely stunning and you're really moving very, very well.
Thank you.
In that movie, in fact, forget about Meenakshi's fantasies. Everybody's fantasizing about Meenakshi. I mean, every night I dream of Meenakshi.
I just hope they waking up from that dream.
No wake up. Only dream.
Only dream.
Wake up by ticket.
Wake up, very good. This is superb. Bas, maar diya papa dale. He'll be dilwala.
Okay. ठीक है. I smell good. All of the women out there, a lot of women, who I said, look at Rani in this song. I showed a lot of girls this video and I said, watch Rani, isn't she stunning? Saying, Rani is great, but who's the guy? He's like eye candy.
Yes,
a lot of girls want to know who he is. How was it working with him?
It was great working with Prithvi. He's one of the most sincere actors I worked with. I think he's fabulous. And what I love about Prithvi is that he's 80 films old in the South.
Oh my God.
But he came working on this film absolutely like a debutant. And I think that quality about him was very endearing. After having done so many films, to yet have the ability to want to learn. I think that is what makes a great actor different from other actors, because he's willing to learn, he's willing to start afresh. And I think that will take him a very, very far distance.
Also, there's some sizzling scenes between during dance. Like, it's pretty bold stuff for you.
Bold stuff, I would not say bold stuff. I think my characters in their heads have always been bold.
Very hot.
But all these things, what I do is something I do, it's my job and I do it for my job. So whether it's doing the belly dancing act or the dance bit, I think it's all part of my job. And at different stages of my career, I have to do different roles. I have to do different stuff. And that's what will make me different from other actors of my generation.
Also, the movie centers around arranged marriage. So, what about your marriage?
My marriage
it keeps coming up every 6 months and says, Rani, to tie the knot. And then you say, not true. Now you stop denying it also.
I think life, death and marriage can never be predicted. So in my case also, I can't predict my birth. I couldn't because I never knew.
You can plan the marriage.
Yeah, but then you can't even plan your death because that will also happen whenever. And marriage is something that when it has to happen, happens. As much as you plan, as much as you don't plan, the day you have to get married, you will get married. So. So I'd like to believe in that and let it rest at that only.
I'm going to ask you some quick fire questions right now. Your favorite actress, Sridevi Madhuri Juhi.
My God, that's not fair. I can't choose between them three, my God. No, I love all three of them. I can't choose.
Best director, Yash Chopra, Karan Johar, Sanjay Leela Bhansali.
Yash Chopra.
Best buddy, Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, Abhishek.
Can't choose this.
Can't choose.
No.
So you always said that. And you're one of the first actresses to work with all three at the same time.
Absolutely.
Your dream partner will be Gora or Kala?
He'll be Dilwala.
Okay. ठीक है. I smell good. According to you, who's the angry man of the industry in real life? Is it Amir? Is it Shah Rukh? Is it Salman?
None of them. I've never seen them getting angry.
No?
No, I've always seen them smiling and cracking jokes and having fun.
And when it comes to the heroines, they're very gentlemanly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One a picture you wish you had done. English, heroine, dirty picture.
None. No.
Aya. Best. So we will, when the cameras go off, I will show belly dance. Thank you so much and looking forward to the movie and I'm sure it's going to rock. Thank you.
Thank you.